Good evening po mga kababayan, ma'am, sir. This is Jam, the Filipino channel, ang inyo pong lingkod. So today is February 27, 2026. Tayo ngayon ay papunta dyan yan sa May Aladin na Barangay 861 Pandakan, Manila. At dadalhin po natin yan sa may Starbucks, The Honams, sa may Ayala Avenue, Bel Air, Makati po yan. Okay, so magbabalik po tayo mamayang unti pag nakuha na po natin sila. Disclaimer lamang po. Ang content po natin ay kalsada at hindi ang passenger. Kaya nga naman, sakasakali man po na may marinig kayo mga pangalan ng lugar, pangalan ng tao, pangalan ng organizations, government o private man yan, ay wala pong kinalaman ng channel nito at wala pong pinapatungkulan. Lahat po ng pinag-uusapan dito ay pawang dito lamang po yan sa loob at wala pong pinapatungkulan sa labas. Okay po, magbabalik po tayo mamaya onte pag nakuha na po natin sila. Samantala makinig tayo ng mga nagbabagang balita at mga talakayan habang tayo ay papunta doon sa ating pick up area. Makinig tayo ng mga nagbabagang balita at talakayan.
Interference is inevitable, but whether there exists a real possibility of such occurrences. On the present record, that possibility remains very strong. We wish to reiterate that there has been no material change in circumstances that support the entitlement of Mr. Duterte to an order releasing him from detention. On the contrary, the current procedural posture heightens the risk of non-appearance. As the proceedings advance, the suspect's incentive to flee increases. The end of the confirmation of charges hearing, which occurred today, further intensifies that risk, as it brings the prospect of trial nearer on the horizon. Additionally, the conclusions of the panel of experts that Mr. Duterte is able to follow the proceedings underscore rather than diminish the risk. His capacity to understand and participate necessarily implies a capacity to assess his situation and act upon it, including the possibility of absconding. It must also be recalled that the appeals chamber has also found no error in the chamber's previous determination that Mr. Duterte has demonstrated a propensity to interfere with investigation. That assessment remains unchallenged by any new evidence. No intervening developments have displaced it. Moreover, Your Honors, this chamber found and the appeal chamber affirmed that Mr. Duterte benefits from a network of supporters capable of facilitating his flight. The existence and nature of such a network are not circumstances that are easily altered. No information has been presented that would suggest the support structure has dissipated or disappeared. Consequently, the risk of flight remains very substantial. With respect to Article 16, paragraph 4, the Chamber must consider whether the overall period of pretrial detention has become unreasonable, and if so, whether any delay is attributable to the prosecutor. Mr. Duterte has been detained since March 2025. However, given the gravity, the complexity, and the wide scope of the charges, the duration of detention is not unreasonable. Furthermore, there has been no inexcusable delay attributable to the prosecutor. The record doesn't support such an assertion. Finally, Your Honors, the position of victims and witnesses is a highly relevant and a significant consideration in this regard. The The information provided to us by victims has always been consistent. They expressed genuine fears for their safety and that of their families should Mr. Duterte be released. The victims have articulated concerns about renewed instability and intimidation to their communities, particularly because of the holding of the confirmation of charges hearing. Therefore, we cannot stress enough the duty of the chamber to not only safeguard the rights of the suspects, but also to ensure the integrity of the proceedings and the protection of victims and witnesses. On the present record, releasing Mr. Duterte would create risks that the statute seeks expressly to prevent. Madam President, Your Honors, in light of the absence of any changes in circumstances that support Mr. Duterte's release from detention, the continued existence of a significant risk of flight and interference, the advanced stage of the proceedings, the reasonable duration of detention to date, and the expressed concerns of victims, the participating victims respectfully submit that Mr. Duterte's continued pre-trial detention remains both warranted and necessary. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Motok, thank you very much, counsel. We can now move on to submissions from the defense. Mr. Kaufman, you have until 1500, well, past. We've moved on.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning po. Good afternoon. Good evening.
The defense has appealed the pretrial chamber's decision on the first detention review. That's number.
Hindi ko kabisado dito. Dito balik tayo dito, no? Tama?
We are still awaiting a judgment of the appeals chamber. The defense will not oppose the continuation of Mr. Duterte's current detention. Thank you.
Ako makita.
Judge Motok, thank you very much. Mr. Kaufman. So we're still speaking about 1,500 hours. This
Pero
concludes
parang one way ito,
the
ma'am.
hearing.
Di ba?
The submissions will be taken into account when the chamber makes the decision regarding the
Kaso kung may
continued
kasalubong, wala talaga.
detention
Ang
of
liit eh.
Mr. Duterte. That decision will be handed down within the deadline
Ah,
set
diretso yata siya.
within the rules of evidence and procedure. Once again, I ask the participants, the parties, interpreters, court reporters, and all other staff members who have helped run this hearing. The hearing is now adjourned.
Confirmation of charges. Confirmation of charges. The DCMS Special Powers.
Atin pong natunghayan yung pag-review ng ICC Trial Chamber 1 doon sa detention ng dating Pangulong Duterte dyan sa ICC. Kanila pong tinalakay kung nararapat pa bang manatili sa ICC Detention Center ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Sa huling bahagi po, sinabi ni Judge Julia Motok na ilalabas nila ang desisyon doon sa kung mananatili ba sa ICC Detention Center ang dating Pangulo sa itinakdang deadline. Kung kailan man po itinakda yung deadline based sa kanilang rules para ilabas ang desisyon kung mananatili ba sa ICC Detention Facility ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Ayon po sa defense, kay Atty. Nicholas Kaufman, ay hindi sila kukontra doon sa patuloy ng pananatili ni dating Pangulong Duterte sa ICC Detention Facility pending o habang nakabit din po yung kanilang apila doon sa appeals chamber ng ICC. Naglatag ang legal representatives ng mga biktima sa pangunguna ni Atty. Joel Butuya ng mga dahilan kung bakit hindi dapat alisin sa ICC Detention Facility si dating Pangulong Duterte. Kabilang na po dyan yung mga pahayag doon ng mga ng kampo ng dating Pangulo, maging ng dating Pangulo di umano, sa kanilang paniniwala na siya ay kinisnap o tinukot mula sa Pilipinas. Ipinunto rin ni Atty. Butuyan yung petisyong inihain sa Korte Suprema ng mahigit 100,000 sa dating Pangulo Duterte na humihiling na maglabas ng writ of habeas corpus ang Supreme Court para nga mapauwi ng Pilipinas ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Ayon kay Atty. Butuyan, itong mga circumstances na to ay maaaring magdulot ng hindi pagsunod ng dating Pangulo sa anumang itatakda ng ICC kung siya ay papayagang lumabas ng detention facility at sa iba manuluyan. Ayon kay Atty. Butuyan, maaaring mag-sikap o maaaring may gawing hakbang ang mga taga-suporta ng dating Pangulo para siya ay mapauwi ng bansa kung siya ay mawawala na sa custody ng ICC yung kanyang detention. Ayon kay Atty. Butuyan, walang pagbabago sa circumstances o sa mga nangyayari o sa sitwasyon ng dating Pangulo para ma-justify para kung mabigyan suporta yung kahilingan na siya ay alisin na sa ICC detention facility at ilagay po sa ibang detention facility. Halos kapareho po naging argumento ng prosecution na ganun din po ang kanilang ipinunto kanina na dapat ay manatili sa ICC detention facility ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Bago po yung kanina ay nagkaroon nga po ng closing statement. Tutuloy ko lang po yung dinidiscuss ko kanina na pagdalasan ng closing statement ng bawat panig. Kung saan sinabi nga po ni Atty. Kaufman kanina na nagkaroon siya ng pagkakataon nakita ang dating Pangulong Duterte sa ICC detention facility ng isang araw ng Miyerkules habang sila po ay naka-break kung saan napag-usapan nga nila ng dating Pangulong Duterte yung itinatakbo ng controversial charges meeting. Ayon kay Atty. Kaufman, gumagaling na isang minuto yung kanyang paglalatag sa dating Pangulong dahil nakailang beses daw na umiinig si dating Pangulong Duterte at paulit-ulit na tinatanong. Ang tanong daw sa kanya ng dating Pangulo ay paano nasasabi ng prosecution na siya ang may kasalanan sa mga sinasabing patayan? Paano raw nasasabi ng prosecution na siya ay nag-murder, siya ay pumatay ng libo-libong biktima dito sa drug war? Yun daw ang mga katanungan ng dating Pangulo at nang sila ay magkaharap. At napatingin na lamang po ang dating Presidente nang sagutin ni Atty. Kaufman o nasabihin ni Atty. Kaufman na ang ipinutulo ng prosecution ay yung kanyang indirect involvement sa mga kaso nga po ng patayan. At sinabi rin daw ng dating Presidente na gusto lamang niyang maalala ng sambayan ng Pilipino bilang isang faithful servant ng tapat, naging tapat na servisyo, naging tapat na opisyal ng pamahalaan ng Pilipinas. At ipinuto nga rin ng abogado na next month ay magiging 81st birthday na ang dating Pangulong Duterte na nandun na pa rin po sa ICC. At ang huling statement ni Atty. Kaufman ay sana hayaan ng ICC ang dating Pangulo na makauwi ng Pilipinas at mamuhay bilang isang normal na mamamayan sa kanilang bahay sa Davao. At ngayon po ay kumuha tayo ng pinakahuling sitwasyon mula po doon sa ICC. Nagbabalik po sa ating programa si Jofel Tesorio, senior correspondent ng TFCN. Jofel, magandang araw. Anong nangyayari ngayon dyan?
Yes, magandang araw. Nakikita nyo nga dito sa likod ko ay natapos sa information charges. Kasalukuyan pong nagkakaroon ng a short press conference itong mga pamilya ng mga biktima, si Aling Jory Pasco, si Shera Escudero, at yung mga abogado nila na tumutulong sa kanila, si Atty. Nery Colmenares. Kaya sa likod natin ngayon, at kung makikita nyo, ito exact sa labas lang ng ICC dahil tapos na yung mga sessions, tapos na yung confirmation of charges, tapos na rin yung hearing on the detention, continued detention of former President Duterte. At kung makikita nyo sa likod, meron ditong ilang ding mga taga-suporta ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na andito sila, pero wala na dito yung mga abogado na Philippine team, no? Ito mga taga-suporta na lang na ito na gusto rin nilang lumapit dito sa grupo ng mga pamilya ng biktima. Pero parang dapat hindi sila masyadong lumapit at pero it's walang ano nga si Attorney Kaufman si Licodo siguro tingnan natin kung ayan si Attorney Kaufman lumabas sa harap ng mga
Ipapa-interview
sa harap ng mga ito na
I think it happens even when I come abroad. For example, I can go to a foreign country. You have to have a veteran. So I land at the airport. There are Filipinos there, and they recognize me straight away. And they come up to me, they want to hug me, and then they cry. They cry because by crying on my shoulder, they can see that they're getting something almost so. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next.
Last Wednesday when we were during the holiday. Was that really something that you had initially thought that was important to share during the social argument?
And I share this, and then take people. They put themselves. And just told them the difficulties of our status. And the reason why we even want to present ourselves as a problem is that because race and religion of our status people sometimes very much said that he was arrested in something and arrived at the Hong Kong.
I remember you said that you had a Morocco because you said you wanted to share that with activities. And you wanted it to be for this one.
So I think that that's something that happens that taken into consideration that he was really being released from those before and had get that suffering from the medication of the hospital and then he put in front of a television camera and taking part in an audience hearing and of course that's possible. I mean, when you try like that, so I said, well, you know, there's the protect away there, and I've been obliged to it there. You don't have a choice. Either you send it back, you come out, and maybe they will support you up, but I doubt it. You're 18 years old, I can't see anyone forcing an 8-year-old man to come out of his prison cell for something. Or they can come to the television camera. Or you can choose to come. And I told them, well, no, you choose to think about coming. I'm going to give you the option. If you do come, I want you to wear a barong. And so we had a barong specially for this course. My team went up there, we measured him, he was a bit reluctant, but we did it. And that's just me, so without him, I don't want it. And then he told me that I mentioned, that's all the time of the weekend.
Erica, why do you always criticize the media?
Next question. Okay, and I had to work on my Christmas. Okay, but I will be.
What things do you have in mind aside from
I can't touch that. Because that's something. Well, I'm going to take a bit of a break now. I'm working very hard on the whole of my team. I deserve a break. There are shortly, there are a couple of decisions that will be first of all the users, but also the implementation of first review of detention.
the Filipino lawyers, attorney?
Yes, please, and the Honorable Judge raised with them.
How about the Filipino lawyers? Are they already applied for the ICC accreditation to represent?
Okay, I just bring up the point.
But then you think the personal request or the family request for those developments for the family request?
No, that's part of it.
Narinig namin yung ano no, yung parang ini-welcome dyan ni Attorney
Oo, yun na. Kasi nga, parang elusive ito si Attorney Kaufman eh. Pero although may available naman sa media paminsan-minsan. Pero ngayon, parang elusive nga siya. At yung parang nilipress ko na to, interesting kasi kasama yung mga supporters nandito. Kung nakita nyo, napapaliputan lang yung media. Sa lapit, nakita nyo naman, smiling. At nagpasalamat sa kanya yung mga supporters, yun, narinig ko naman kanina. So, yan ang mga mangyayari dito sa harap ng ICC. I think, ang palagay ko, it's a good day to start, to end the 4-day fast break of confirmation of charges para sa lahat ng parties, sa media, sa mga supporters, sa mga iba-ibang grupo.
Tara po.
So, yes. Ito na yung end. Maghintay tayo ng 60 days para maglabas ng written decision. Yung Chamber 1, kung ano ang magiging decision nila. Kung i-confirm, hindi, o may tatlo kasi yan doon sa rules eh. So,
Ito na yung tinuturo,
natin
ma'am.
yan after 60
Ito yung tinuturo dito sa
working days.
pero na Uncle John's naman yan.
Apat na araw na pagko-cover dyan at pag-atid ng impormasyon sa amin. Mabuhay kayo dyan sa Danadaw mga kababayan natin nag-report. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
One way
Dito
po yun.
Sa ICC sa The Hague Live.
Ano po?
Ako si Joe Salvatore para sa BGM at PSPS.
Ano yun? Ano yun? Ano yun? Naka-arrive na tayo mga ito. Tingnan niyo po isa. Ito lang po yun. Yan. Siguro andyan siguro katabi niya yung ano. Katabi niya siguro yung Uncle John's yun. Diyan lang sa kabila po yan.
Okay, paano?
Ah.
After 6 days po natin malalaman kung ano ang hatol na pre-trial Chamber 1 dito po sa confirmation of charges hearing. Nagkaroon po tayo ng isang linggo para i-observe.
Doon po yung daanan din.
Ano ba ang proseso ng ICC?
Ah, po. Sige po, ingat po. God bless po.
Ano man po ang magiging desisyon ng pre-trial
Opo, ma'am.
after
Sige po, ingat po.
po ay magtatakda kung matutuloy sa full-blown trial o harap na po talaga sa pag-dismiss yung kaso ng dating Pangulo o mag-dismiss po yan after 60 days po. Meron po tayong 6 na pong araw na hintayin sa magiging desisyon po ng ICC. At tatapos na po ang 4 na araw na confirmation of charges ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Patuloy kayong tumutok sa DZMM Teleradio sa Istrenta at DZMM Teleradio para po sa pinakabagong pangyayari mula dyan sa International Criminal Court sa The Hague, the Netherlands. Sa pangalan po ng mga anchor at reporters ng DZMM Teleradio, Current Affairs and Public Service Group, Radio Production, DZMM Teleradio Production, Research, News Production, News Gathering, Digital Operations at Engineering. Ako po si Radio Patrol, Christian Yasores at ito ang Duterte sa ICC. Confirmation of charges.
Ayan, so na-drop na natin sila. Maraming salamat po sa panonood hanggang sa muling ingat. God bless. Paalam po.